is DZONGKHA and welcome to Do You Know Your Child? I'm your host Chhoden. One of your important responsibilities as parents is to help your child develop self-esteem. Your child needs your steady support and encouragement to discover his strengths. He needs you to believe in him and praise his accomplishments. Let's take a look at last week's commitment.
My kids belonging to a broken family, the biggest challenge for me is that to raise them properly with a better quality in education, in their behaviors, in their characters. And then I always advise my elder daughter saying that do something good so that your sister will always follow you. When she jumps above the drain, her sister always follows her. And I have set an example with her also, saying that when you jump up, just look at your sister is also trying to jump. And if she falls in the middle, she's going to have some problems. So that's why I always advise my elder daughter to guide the younger one. And it's my duty, a biggest challenge for me is to educate them, to guide them, and then to lead their life properly with happiness.
Regardless of whether you actively try to pass on your values and benefits to your child, he is bound to absorb some of them by living with you. He'll notice how disciplined you are, how deeply you hold your morals and principles, and whether you practice what you preach. Let's see which family we have today.
I'm Tenzin. This is my lovely daughter Tenzin Chhoden. And here we have the superstar, Choden. Very good, Hazin. Good job.
Today we have two participants, Mr. Tenzin and his daughters Choden. Let's welcome our first participant and later ask his daughter the same 10 questions and tally their answers. Welcome to the show. Do you know your child?
Let me see whether I know my child well or not.
I see. How do you make sure you keep in touch with your daughter? Your daughter informs you about her daily life.
I spend my time with my daughter a lot. And I always make sure that she's happy. And I always try to encourage her. So, and I always make sure what are her plans for the day. So that would be my responsibility as a dad on a daily basis.
But sometimes do you ever feel like, given what you do, you have a job, then you have the responsibility of a husband and the role as a dad. Do they ever clash or do they ever fight for time?
That's the most challenging part and it really tests you as a father. And I do always plan. Making sure that I spend my time with my daughter.
I see. So you definitely make sure you have already made plans ahead.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, before we go into the questions, let me explain to you the rules. I have in this envelope 10 questions about your daughter that I'm going to ask you, in her absence, of course. And then right after you finish answering all these, we will have your daughter come over. And then I'll ask the same 10 questions to her and see whether you really know your child or not.
Thank you.
But before that, again, we would like to remind you and all the viewers out there that we're not here to judge anyone. Regardless of what score you get, this show is just a live, fun game show. And we just are trying to promote communication and not judge anyone with their scores.
Okay. Why I am here is just because of my daughter. She watched this show and she registered herself. And to me, she's a very shy and introvert girl. But since she decided that, then I thought it's a good opportunity for me to be here. And I really don't care whether we get 0 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. The reason why I'm here is my daughter enjoys this show. And I want to help her achieve this.
I see. And this is not something that she would normally go for. Because you said she's an introvert.
She's very shy. Even at home, she will hardly speak.
I see.
But I'm very happy that she decided to come up in the show.
So are we.
And such shows should be encouraged in Bhutan.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, well, we hopefully think that she'll talk on the show today and that you'll do well. I hope you don't get 0. Not that it means anything.
I'm happy to do that.
All right. Here is your first question. What pet would your child like to have? A cat, dog, a bird, or a fish?
She usually prefers cat,
Okay.
but we don't have one at home.
You see.
Because she never asked one, and I think she liked cat because she watches a lot of Barbie movies. From there, I think she prefers to have a cat or
I
a
see.
kitten.
Okay. Second question. Who is your child's favorite teacher?
She likes her art teacher because art is her favorite subject.
Okay, so you'd say arts teacher.
I forgot his name. I'm sorry for that. And sometimes she talks good about Madam Kamal, her class teacher, who teaches her English.
Okay, all right.
So beside that, I have never met the art teacher.
So you are saying it's either her art teacher
Or Madam
Kamala, who's her class teacher?
Yes.
Okay. All right, question number 3. What does your child like the most about her school?
She likes the art class.
Okay.
And she enjoys the concert.
I see.
Something very light and fun. Not really stressful like EVS or DZONGKHA, you know.
Okay.
But she enjoys art class and sports and concerts.
Okay, all right. Question number 4 for you. Name 3 of her friends.
Chunzang, Shantika, and Pema Yangchen. She
All
talks about these 3 all the time.
Okay, all right. What is her favorite activity with you?
She always wants me to draw and paint. And sometimes she wants me to come out and play skipping with her.
And you do that?
Yes, I do
All
that.
right.
I make her count.
I see, okay. Who is your daughter's favorite relative? Cousin, auntie, uncle?
She has a cousin, Chukiache, because it's of her same age, and she likes to play with her.
Okay.
And she also have another cousin called Kezang.
Question number 7. What embarrasses your daughter the most?
Sometimes she gets so engrossed with her cartoon, and then we ask her to switch off.
Yes.
And that's where she really gets embarrassed, and sometimes she get angry over it.
Annoyed, okay.
So, but I use those counting techniques where I say I'll count till 10 and you make sure you switch off.
Oh yeah, that always
and
works.
That works.
It does. Magic. All right. Question number 8. What is her favorite color?
She likes pink.
Okay, all right.
And sometimes she likes blue. I always saw her admiring pink in anything.
The colors that she liked, does that mean anything?
Firstly, as a girl, I think she see Barbies wearing all those pink dresses, and it's all about pink, pink house, pink car, and it's all about fashion and all those. To one extent, she even said she wanted to become a fashion designer because Barbie is all about this fashion thing.
Yes.
So I think that's where the color pink has driven her interest.
Okay, and you're okay with it?
I'm perfectly all right if she's happy with that.
Great, okay. A second last question for you. What is her favorite fruit?
She likes lychee and mango,
Okay.
but
lychee.
she gets fed banana every time.
The potassium, all right. She likes lychee and mango.
Yes.
Okay, this is your last question. Does your daughter know your wife's phone number?
I think it's my wife's number she remembers.
Okay, she doesn't know your number.
I don't think so.
Have you ever tried to impose on her to remember something?
No, nothing.
Especially phone numbers?
Nothing like that.
Do you not feel the necessity for your child to know at least?
I don't
numbers?
feel that because I always keep an eye on her. I make sure she's on time to school and she's back from school. And I'll always make sure, even if I'm not around, I'll always make sure her grandfather is there for her.
Okay.
So more than her, I think I'm monitoring her every time.
Okay, so you don't
So
feel,
I feel
that she'd
it's
ever
not
be in a
really-
position where she'll have to call someone
Yes,
and
yes.
no one would be around.
That's true.
With this, you have answered all the 10 questions.
Thank you very much.
How do you think you did?
I don't know. Let's see what,
Okay, all
what
right
she
then.
says.
Without any delay, let's have your daughter over here. We've just finished talking with Mr. Tenzin, who is the National Council member, and now we have his daughter here, Chomol Hazan, with us. Welcome to the show. Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Jamal Hasan.
Which school do you go to and what class are you in?
Druk School.
Okay. And what grade? What class?
2A.
2A, okay. What's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is library.
You like library. Do you like reading a lot?
Yes,
What's your favorite book?
The Three Musketeers.
The Three Musketeers. Okay, that's good. You know that's a very popular story, right? All right, what I just did with your dad here is that I have 10 questions in here. You see this? I have 10 questions in here, and I asked your dad about you. All these 10 questions, it's all about you, and I asked your dad about this, okay? And now I will ask these 10 questions to you, and then we'll see whether your dad answered correctly. So, you ready? Are you sure you're ready?
Yes,
Okay, louder.
yes.
All right, your first question. What pet would you like to have if your father said, okay, you can have either a cat, a dog, a bird, or a fish? What pet would you choose?
A cat,
Why a cat?
because it looks cute.
Okay, it looks cuter than a dog? Okay, all right. Question number 2 for you. Who's your favorite teacher?
Madam Kamala.
Okay, Ma'am Kamala. Why do you like her so much? Do you have a reason as to why you like Madam Kamala?
No,
No? No? You don't have a reason?
no.
You just like her?
Yes,
Okay, all right. Question number 3 for you. What do you like the most about your school?
playing
What do you like to play?
ice and water.
Ice and water, okay. Anything else?
No,
No, okay, you like playing ice and water. Who do you play it with?
my friends.
Okay, your friends, all right. Question number 4. Name 3 of your friends.
Soindika,
Okay,
Pemyangsin, Samten.
okay, all right, 3. There you go. Question number 5. What is your favorite activity with your dad?
Color,
You like coloring? All right. What do you guys color?
Dora.
Dora? Who draws it?
My father,
He draws it and he colors it? Who colors it? You color it? He
Yes.
draws, you color. Okay, all right, very sweet. Question number 6. Who is your favorite relative? Let's say cousins. Who's your favorite cousin or relative?
Sonam Hadin,
Sonam Hadin. Who is she?
my cousin,
Your cousin. Okay. Why do you like her the most?
because she's pretty.
She's very pretty, just like you. Right? Okay, great. Question number 7. What makes you really angry? Are you able to think of a situation where you were angry?
No,
No. So, you don't want to answer this question?
No.
Okay, all right. So, with that, we'll pass, which means you lose that automatically. Let's go to the next question, okay? It won't be that hard. The next question will be very easy. Question number 8. I think you'll like this question. What is your favorite color?
my favorite color is pink.
Pink. Did you like that question? See, I told you you'll like that question. Okay, so now tell me, if you can get a pink anything, what would you get?
A pink dress.
A pink dress, okay. There's so many pink dresses out there, right? So you can get it definitely. Okay, question number 9. This is your second last question. Are you ready? Okay. What is your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit is lychee
Lychee. Why do you like lychee?
because it's yummy.
Last question. Do you know your mom and your dad's mobile number?
Only my father's.
You know only your father's mobile number? Okay. But what about your mom's number? She never taught you, right?
No.
Do you think it's important to memorize these numbers, these 2 numbers?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't know, right? Yeah, it's okay though, but you know at least your dad's number, right? So that's important. Okay, my dear, with that, you have finished answering all the 10 questions in here. Congratulations. How do you think your dad has done?
Good.
Good. Of course good, right? Who are we questioning? Okay. Well, with this, without any delay, let's take a look at the scores, all right? Are you both ready?
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
Great. Okay. What pet would your child like to have? A cat, dog, a bird, or a fish?
Cat lah.
A cat.
Who is your child's favorite teacher?
Come on, art teacher.
Madam Kamala.
What does your child like the most about her school?
art class, and sports, concerts lah.
Playing.
Name 3 of her friends.
Tenzin, Shantika, and Premayang.
Saintika.
Okay.
Pemiyangsin. Something.
What is her favorite activity with you?
To draw and paint lah.
Color.
Who is your daughter's favorite relative?
Chukiachi, Kezang lah.
Sonamhadin.
What embarrasses your daughter the most?
We ask her to switch off.
What is her favorite color?
Pink lah.
Pink.
What is her favorite fruit?
Lychee and mango.
Lychee.
Does your daughter know your and your wife's phone number?
My wife's number she remembers.
Only my father's.
We now have the scores with us, and you've scored 6 out of 10. And I think that's a great score, right? Do you think so?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Before we proceed, let's take a look at the answers that didn't match. The first answer that didn't match was, what does your child like about her school? You said her classes. What are your favorite classes, by the way?
Arts.
Oh, I should have asked that question. You would have gotten that point. Your dad said you like art class and concerts and sport classes like HB. Is that true? Okay. We should have been a little more specific with that. But you said she likes playing ice and water, which is a game, I guess. So that's where the answers didn't match. The second question where you couldn't score was, who is your daughter's favorite relative? You said Chuki Yangchin and Kezang. Your dad says you like Chuki Yangchin and Kezang, but you said you like Sonamhadin, your cousin, right? Okay, all right. What made you think of Chuki Yangchin and Kezang? Her cousins were her favorite.
Because when I see them play, they have a like age range.
I see.
And Sonal Hadi is a bit older.
So, okay, all right.
Sonal Hadin gets carried on, with her own world. But she's a bit like younger, so she likes to play with someone who is of similar age.
Okay, so you thought because they were of the same age, she would go with Chuki Yangchin and Kezang, right? But she went with
and when they are spending times together, and whenever I ask, how was your day? That's how I felt.
Okay, all
she
right.
enjoyed more with Kezang.
But you went with someone who's older than you, right? You went with Sonam
Sonam
Hadin,
Hadin.
right? How old is she? Do you know?
Yes.
How old is she?
8.
8 and you are 7, right? Okay. But I guess, I don't know about, this is my personal experience. When I was a kid, I always looked up to my elder sister. I never wanted to hang out with my younger sister, but I always wanted to be like my elder sister because she was like the kind of role model. She didn't even have to be pretty for me, but she is, of course. She she's older than me. I'm soon going to follow her path. Just that sense in my head. I think I just had to automatically idolize her. So maybe that didn't hit you, right?
True.
The other question, what embarrasses your daughter? She refused to give the answer to it, which made you lose 1 point there. The final question that you weren't able to answer correctly was, does your daughter know your mobile number? You said she remembers her mom's number. And then she says, no, I remember my father's. Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to call your mom, but you didn't have her number? So let's say it's go home time at school, okay? And your dad was supposed to come pick you up, but dad got so busy and you tried to call him from the office, school office, but he didn't hear the phone ring and he forgot because he was so busy, right? Then what do you do? What do you do? Wait? She refuses to wait, just so you know. She doesn't want to wait. And then, how do you call your mom? So do you think it's important to also know your mother's number?
Yes.
Yes. And what about Shula? Has there ever been a situation like this?
Yes, at one point you might, it's important for her to remember the number, and I think she remembers my number, which is good, because, but on the other side, even if she goes on the camp and all, and till now, I have always made sure that we kept an eye, and we know the time, you know, that when such things will be over.
I see.
And we always made sure we spoke to the concerned people, please look after our child and report to us in case of any emergencies.
I see. I
So
see.
I think being more responsible is important than making your child remember the phone number.
That's very true.
But again, there is no harm. It's always good for her to remember our number.
Yeah.
And I think I agree with that too.
And if you can memorize one number, what's another set of numbers, right? You can also memorize your mother's number. Men are very easy, right? And then you can share it with your friends, then you can give your mother's number to your friends, and then they can call you. Okay, you've scored, again, 6 out of 10. So now that we've gone through this, do you have any realization regarding the relationship between you and your daughter? Or any kind of change that you feel is necessary?
I think we need to spend more time again, and I think she needs to watch less TV and maybe spend more time with us too.
Okay.
And that's where I think we need to control her television timing. You
I
see,
see. Because that's
it takes
the major
a lot
part
of
of
her time.
Yes, I think so too. And does she spend, I mean, maybe because you've come to the show, but I feel like the relationship that you share with your dad isn't as, I mean, I think it's stronger than the relationship that she shares with her mom. How is she with her mom?
No, she shares a lot with her mom also.
Okay.
She shares a lot. Maybe because I'm here today, she's talking about me, but she does share
Okay,
a lot
so
of
there's
her
a
time with
balance.
her mom, yeah.
All right, okay.
But I think I'm a bit more playful.
All right, that's good. But I always think that there should always be a strict one and a funny one in the family. Do you think so? Do you like the strict parent or the yay fun parent?
Fun parent.
Of course, right? But I think you need the strict parent too to keep you in your limit, right? D, right? Dictum, right? You need that. This was so much fun, and I hope you had fun. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Okay, great, and I hope you had too.
Great fun.
All right, thank you so much for bullying your dad into registering and coming to the show. I really appreciate it. Now that we've come to the end of the show, I definitely want to give you 2 presents because I've been sick and I know I've canceled on you twice, so that's for that. But you still came. You waited for me to get better, right? I appreciate it. Okay, thank you so much. If you are very angry about a behavior or an incident, don't attempt communicating that to your child until you regain your cool, because you cannot be objective until then. It's better to stop, settle down, and talk to the child later. Come back next week, and if you'd like to be a part of the show, or if you have any suggestions or feedback, please call us at 179-22848 or 1761-7771, or mail us at parenting@bbs.pt. Thank you and bye-bye.